Hello, everyone. Welcome to DevFest. I'm really excited to be with everyone. I do apologize for not being there in person. I really wish I could be there, but some things came up on my end last minute. Today, we're going to have a conversation around something that's really transformed payments in the industry. And we're going to be talking about recurring payments. But before we get started, I just have a question, right? In the chat box, could you just type what your favorite subscription is that you usually pay for? It could be Netflix, it could be your data sub, not necessarily your data sub, but anything you pay for on a regular basis that could be a subscription. You could just type what your favorite subscription is in the chat box. While you do that, let me tell you a bit about me. My name is Cornelius. I work with the developer experience team at Flutterwave, where we get to shape the experiences of developers who use tools every day. Um, a couple of years back, I used to be an entry level developer, and one thing that got my attention was payments and how payments was transforming the experiences of people around me. I recall as a kid, I used to go out, walk a long, very long distance to get things like airtime so that I could recharge for my dad or so that we could subscribe to our data bundle. But today you get all of that at the click of a button. What has changed really, and how come we're seeing a lot of businesses really scale and build with this emerging trend in the industry? So today we have a lot of businesses, right? Global brands, SMEs, even the mom and pop shops today that go online are now thinking about how they can drive adoption for their products and how they can make payments as seamless as possible. The goal today for most platforms is to remove the friction in payments, make people forget that they are going to pay for a service. That is, to simplify it as much as they can. And as a developer, this is very important to you because once you understand how you can simplify payments, you automatically make your product more valuable. So, what are global brands doing today, or what have they figured out that is so special and is helping them scale? There's no trick to it, it's recurring payments. Brands realize that making payments for purchases are important to the customer's journey, and it makes more sense for you to have a separate flow where your users could make payments subsequently, and all they have to do is give you their details once. I mean, nobody wants to go through the hassles. So when you think about teams like Microsoft, like Google, like Uber, MTN, all these guys have implemented recurring payments in one form or another. Now, let's talk about the forms of recurring payments. Today, right, you want to get on a ride with somebody, let's say Uber. You book your Uber ride, Uber asks for your card details, right? And you enter your card details. After you do this, you get off your ride. The next time you're getting a ride, you do need to enter your card details. Now we call this tokenization or payment with card tokens. And what's going on here is really simple, right? Uber has collected your card details, they've stored it somewhere and mapped your details against an auth token. Now, this auth token is being returned after your first payment. So, by mapping your details, your maybe your email address, your details around, usage of the app, where you're located, stuff like that. They could also map it to they could also map it to the card auth, right? So excuse me. And by mapping it to this card auth, what happens is they don't need to disturb you to put your card details. You're not required to come back to put your card details. Once they're done with the mapping, they can just keep calling the charge endpoints for whatever provider they're using. Now, the beautiful thing about tokenization is it's flexible, it's not structured or rigid. You don't have to follow a predefined schedule to make subsequent payments. But one little trick to it is you really can opt out since there's no structure to it, there's no plan. So anytime you want to make payments, you make payments. If you choose not to make payments, it's fine. So there's really no way to say, hey, can I opt out of this payment schedule or can I remove my card if I wanted to, right? Let's talk about another model now. Let's talk about subscriptions. And yes, I know you were thinking about Netflix when I said subscriptions, right? So, yeah, Netflix is one of the most popular brands we have today, and they run a subscription model. If you go online to shop, a lot of e-commerce brands are encouraging people to sign up for subscriptions, pay for a plan. Another very good example is DSTV, right? Where you pay a token, fixed amount of money every month for you to have access to DSTV. So what's subscription all about? Subscription is basically creating a plan that has a predetermined time frame, an amount, and a recurring frequency. So let's say we're creating a plan for, say, 1,000 naira every month. The plan itself has three properties, right? The amount I want to charge, which is 1,000, when I want to charge it, which is monthly, and the recurrence of the charge. Most people would like to charge indefinitely, charge my customer 1,000 naira till they opt out of the plan. But for more customized payment plans, you would have people say, oh, just charge this customer 12 times or charge this customer 10 times, and then they are done with the payment plan. This kind of customization is popular in the lending industry where people have to repay loans. Their cards are tokenized and then they're added to a payment plan. So you might be asking yourself right now, what's the right payment model for me, right? This likely depends on your business, right? Does my business require me to have a predetermined routine for charging my customer? Do I need to have a fixed price to charge my customer? Is my customer interested in a variable time frame for the charge, right? That's how you make the decision between going for the tokenization or going for subscriptions. And the beautiful thing is you can combine both to have a hybrid, right? You can have a bit of tokenization where you save your users' cards, and then with the card details, subscribe them to a payment plan that is regular and is predetermined. So right about now, I'm gonna show you a couple of cool things on how you can set up a simple payment, recurring payment for your customer. For this example, I'm going to use Flutterwave APIs. They're really easy to use and they're free. You can quickly sign up. So I will share a link at the end of this presentation so that you can take a look if you want to follow through. So just give me a sec to pull up my Postman. Yes. So the first thing I want to do is I want to show you how to create payment plans. And for you to do that, you simply need to go to the documentation, go to the payment plans aspect of the docs, and then you'll see the first thing there is creating a plan. So just to walk you through, I have a sample payload here that just tells me what amounts I'm going to specify for this plan. It also shows me the duration. How long do I want the payments to go on for? So I have 12 months. So this plan is going to charge the user 1,000 KES. Maybe I need to update that to NGN. 1,000 naira every month for 12 months. And all I simply have to do is just run this as is. And as simple as that, I've created a payment plan with a plan token and an ID. If I wanted to charge my customer and have them subscribe to this plan, all I need to do is to simply take the plan ID and add it to my charge payload. So what that's going to look like, I'm just going to, so just give me one sec. I'm trying to find, yeah. So I'm just going to show you guys how you do that. You just come here and you add your plan ID. Right? And you pass in the ID for the plan. So it's as simple as this. I'm happy to take questions. I didn't want to make this too technical because there are a lot of nuances involved. But with what I've discussed, you can easily set up recurring payments for your users. Either you want to use tokenization or you want to do payment plan or subscriptions. So I'll just take questions now. You can drop your questions in the chat. I'm going to be actively engaging everyone. But in the absence of no question, I want to wish everyone a happy conference. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks, guys.